Oh yeah, that's about the dragon scheme, right? I want to see that
Dragon
too.
Age, apparently...
Yeah, I want to see this. Because I thought this character was default, but it seems like you can create her, which is kind of cool. I like character creation. Okay, let's watch this video too.
This has been a very controversial thing online. And so they introduced their character creator, the combat.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Now we are getting into the good part.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
After 10 years, we're now just a little over a month away from playing Dragon Age The Veilguard. I played a hefty...
Month, I mean, it's coming next month? When this game is coming out?
I didn't realize that it was coming out in over a month. So
yeah,
you're going to be playing this.
Too.
Oh my god.
I gotta play this.
Wow.
I gotta play this. I want something that I want Dragon's Dogma, but good. You know?
Absolutely, I'm playing. Do you really think I would miss an opportunity to play a game like this? Are you insane?
7 hours of BioWare's first original game since Anthem in 2019, and
Anthem. How's Anthem doing?
Oh, Anthem is not even existing right now.
Did they take it off Steam? Never was on Steam? Oh, okay.
Anthem is dead.
I'm sure there's a lot of people playing it then.
Gone for good.
Fourth mainline installment in the Dragon Age series, starting with the prologue and later loaded into several different saves. As a longtime fan, what I'll say is 10 years is a very long time, but so far... What I'll say is 10 years...
Okay. GG.
But so far, the Veilguard hasn't disappointed.
It hasn't disappointed. That's right.
I've never seen this before.
I don't get it. Like, why Asmongold now nitpicking how the sword goes through the enemy? And then how it comes out of the enemy when he's doing an execute. Like, I don't understand this.
Something kind of exciting.
Like, even, I think Elden Ring does this too, right? But yeah, it's kind of somewhat polished, but they kind of do it the same thing.
Talk to you about the
yeah, the Dragon Age and me neither.
Or the gorgeous locale.
Because they are not, they are kind of a mix between turn-based combat. So I don't like those kind of games. It's boring to play.
Too. Or the way it felt.
But I did play it in Mass Effect though.
Am I the only person that looks at this and I think that this is below standard?
Uh-huh. In which, compared to
like
which
your
standard?
Average Unreal slop Souls-like rug pull NFT game has better graphics than this.
Same guy who played Hogwarts.
That's coming too.
It looks better than Hogwarts. What's the art about?
To see Varric and Solus again.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Man, I gotta play this game, man. I gotta play this game and see it myself. If it's even a sliver of anything, okay.
To the character creator and start.
That looks bad.
There's so much hair. Look, I loved Dragon Age Inquisition.
No, I don't want to see this fucking shit. Because every single time that they have a bunch of hairstyles, it's like 5 hairstyles for men and 55 hairstyles for women. There's bald, short, fade, long hair, balding. That's basically it.
That's not many hair.
Oh, dreadlocks. Yeah, usually they have one for dreadlocks, right?
Odd
The
afro.
guys are black, right? Sure. Yeah, definitely. Maybe a couple of those. That's it.
But fans have long acknowledged
Jesus.
the limitations of its character. The Veilguard blew
Okay,
me
see,
away.
you got the emo
Acknowledged
haircut?
The limitations of its character creator.
Oh, that's okay.
I think the female character looks nice.
No, it's not really an emo haircut. Never mind, I was wrong.
character creator.
No.
The Veilguard
yeah, it
blew
is.
me away in that regard.
Yeah, the last
After
one
the
was.
lackluster options
I don't like the face variant. Like there is a bump here, and then there is a cave in here, and then there is a bump again, and then there is a cave in here again, and then it just has a sharp chin. What is this? It's like someone hammered a clay doll.
of the last entry, it's wild to see what we've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
30
I hope I
hair
can
options
smooth
for
out
Kunari and
that it is.
88 for non-Kunari, complete with gorgeous physics
All
as Rook
girl hair
scurries
color.
around
All girl
Northern
hair
Thetis.
options.
So many different hair textures are represented, whether you'd like totally straight hair.
I gotta tell you guys, like, I've been very negative about this game, but I've got to give it to them. I think the hair particles and the hair physics are really impressive. It's some of the best I've ever
Nice.
seen in a game.
I wouldn't go that far because there is BDO and other games, but it is pretty good. It's way better than Elden Ring. Elden Ring,
Gotta give it to them. I think they did a really good job with it.
I guess.
Yeah,
2B waves.
That's
or
really, really good.
4C curls. In making my character, I was drawn immediately to a long
I mean,
braid
the
that
overall, they don't look
looped
that
around
good.
as quickly as I did.
Yeah, she runs like it's Hogwarts. Look at this. I mean, forget the bitrate
Kunari
because,
horns
you know,
also see a massive improvement.
Twitch
Yeah.
With
bitrate is
49
6,000.
unique styles, options range from large
Like,
and
generally, the
imposing
character looks
to
ugly, though.
decorative or even asymmetrical.
They don't look attractive.
Okay.
That said, yes, their foreheads can look pretty jarring. I
I
played
think this looks fucking garbage. Like, their foreheads are too big. They look like scuffed Klingons.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. They look weird.
as a Kunari mage during most of my
It's
preview,
so
and will
weird,
say
it's
I got used to the
uncomfortable.
look pretty quickly. Dragon Age the Veilguard actually only
Like, the
marks
body shape is
second
also
game of the
weird.
series where you can play as a Kunari. So the odd imbalance of forehead versus face feels like stylistic growing pains. I remain curious about whether more time with the character creator.
you make her boobs
growing
bigger?
pains. I remain
Yeah.
Body proportions. Go to
curious
that.
about whether more time with the character
Good to
creator
me.
might help. The air shock of Dragon Age 2 is, in my opinion, such
How come this guy looks like a Chad when our character creator looks like looks like a
beautifully
slave?
crafted model. And
Look at
I
this
would love
guy.
to be able to create a Kunari Rook that
I'm sorry, but this just looks so much cooler.
Yeah. See?
I think this
How
looks
come
way
he
cooler.
looks like this? How come he looks like this? What's going on here?
character creator
What the
might
fuck?
help. The air shock of Dragon Age 2 is,
The
in my
transition in
opinion,
this
such
game,
a
dude.
beautifully crafted model. And I would love to be able to create a Kunari Rook that
I'm sorry, but this just looks so much cooler.
Yeah. Jesus.
I think this looks way cooler.
feels as memorable. Customization certainly doesn't stop at
shape?
hair or horns, of course. Every aspect.
I don't
of
think
your
this is a human race. I hope I am not being but this doesn't look, the face shape doesn't look like it's a human at all. Is it a human?
is editable, even allowing
looks like
for
a different
facial asymmetry
race.
if you choose.
Uh-huh.
Sliders allow you to change everything from head shape to the melanin in your
Like, what is this?
skin to the
Who wants to look like this, man?
presence of
Why
vitiligo.
why she got Tetris on her face? Like,
Who wants to look? I wonder who wants to
yeah,
look like
what
that.
the fuck?
Perhaps
Every time I hear that word,
Oh.
I can only
What the fuck is this abomination?
Uncle Ruckus with revitiligo.
Oh god! Tetris 60,
I'm gonna
look
be
at
honest,
this!
I cannot hear that word without thinking of the Boondocks. I got revitiligo.
It's like a sleep paralysis demon!
Yeah, it was so good.
my favorite addition, however, is the introduction of
Why do you
Baldur's
look like that?
How's
Cyberpunk
that?
2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 had
This
whiffs
is
of
Baldur's
this,
Gate-
but
Baldur's
nowhere
Gate, by
near
the
what
way.
you're
Look at
capable
this.
of in the Veilguard.
Yeah.
which is much more similar to the breadth of the character creator in Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, it was really good. You should be able to make fat
Oh
characters.
god, what is
Each of
this,
the 4
dude?
races, there are plenty
Can I
of
look
presets
anywhere
to choose
remotely
from,
look like a
all
human
with varying
on this
heights
game?
and
Okay, so
Maybe? Just a size.
so
Okay,
you
we got a
can
W
make
right
their
there.
boobs bigger. Because
Yes.
see, it even has her
What is
the ass
Oh
slider.
yeah, we got
the
a
dick
sus
slider.
there.
Okay, this is pretty decent. All right.
Okay, hip width. Okay,
No,
I
I
think
like
I can
that,
remove.
yeah.
I can do something with this and make a
Having a
human.
dick slider, a lot of people don't have that.
Okay.
muscle or fat distribution. Once you've chosen your preset, however, you can build further upon those elements as much as you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
First is a triangulation of coordinates, allowing for many unique combinations of
Yeah,
body
it's muscular, skinny, and fat, and you figure out where you are in the little triangle. I get it.
types that are thinner, larger, or more muscular.
Yeah.
Height sliders are fun.
I
thinner,
don't understand this. Her rib cage ends
larger,
here.
or
Look at this. This is where her rib cage ends.
more muscular.
Yeah.
Height sliders are fun,
Looks hard.
especially when it means watching my particularly short elf ruin years of Solus's ritual planning by pushing over a statue.
She's not even that short.
The options feel almost endless. There's even a glute slider.
Okay.
And
If I can make a pretty
I
character
gave
with
my
this,
rock
I don't have
Nah,
any
it could've
complaints,
been
but
way
holy
bigger than
shit.
that.
Glute size? What's glute?
Yes, I gave my rogue
No, it could have been way bigger than that.
Oh. I see what that means.
Yeah, it should be way that should be, guys, that should be 20%. That's it. That's like nothing, bro. Like, oh my god. At least it's I guess.
GG.
Well, what about, are they going to show the dick slider? Let's see what we got with that.
Let's go.
All
No.
of this is only
Yeah,
scratching
right. Like, apparently this girl doesn't spend 4 hours like I do on Instagram every day. No, it's not.
the surface. I haven't even gotten into facial hair, makeup, scars, or
Ooh.
tattoos.
Yeah.
As an elf, my rook sported some Vaseline, but there are so many different designs for both the face and the body to experiment with. While I didn't spend very much time exploring customization for the Inquisitor, I just know we'll all get the chance to make them in the way we've always imagined.
It's good to see you again.
The
I kind of like the idea of you can customize many of the characters, I think.
this should do the
That
same
is
thing
cool.
that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, where
Yeah.
they introduced the character creator before the game came out. That was a really good thing that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, and it was really smart. And I think they should do the same thing.
Yeah, I think that is a smart idea. I gotta. Maybe I should try to play that
It may
game.
be a relief to some of you to know that Veilguard abandons the awful green lighting of Inquisition's character creator and instead
You can change it?
allows you
Yeah.
to cycle through several lighting options
Oh
in
my
service
God.
of creating rooks that look just
What is this guy? Who is this guy? Look at his face. What is this?
It looks like a Mega.
This is like an Amish.
It looks like this, but even worse. It looks like this, but 10 times worse. My god.
Goat god.
to cycle through several lighting options in service of creating rooks that look just
She
as
made
good in
this?
gameplay
Yeah.
as they do
Good for
when
her.
you create them. Combat, meanwhile, was a refreshing change from Inquisition. My go-to class has always been
Why are you swinging in the
even
air?
as a knight in
Where are you
Georgia,
aiming
I often
at?
felt like I was standing in one place holding down the left trigger. This felt like a return to the pace of Dragon Age 2, with innovations that improve upon the experience of battle overall.
Lock on! Just to introduce a fucking lock on, for
Veilguard
God's
What
sake.
is your camera? And why?
introduces a new fighting style for mages featuring an orb and dagger for
I
close
think there is a lock on because look at this.
combat. It's
a good
tailor-made for
dodge.
But
players
it's
like
so
me
fucky.
who love magic, but also really like to stab.
Yeah, like Red Mage, sure.
During my preview, I
What a unique name. What a unique name for a boss. Look at this. Wow.
like to stab.
So if you fight another one of these, it's gonna be ogre too?
Yeah, like Red Mage, sure.
During my preview, I played through the prologue and then dropped forward into
It's actually
very
crazy. Like, I remember playing Red Mage in Final Fantasy XIV, and it was crazy to me how well designed it was. I actually think it's probably one of the best designed classes in a game that I've ever played. It was so good.
Red mage? Okay.
various points of Act 1. So I really got to quickly experience the progression Rook and their
Man, I tried
companions
to get
can go
into
through as
that Final
fighters.
Fantasy game like
We may not
5
be able
times,
to take
but
control
it's
of our
so
companions this time
slow.
around, but the Veilguard really encourages strategizing
I
with
just
them.
fell asleep.
They'll call out to you when they've rebuilt their mana or stamina, and
ladder
the ability
arisen.
wheel even suggests combos. My focus during the event was mission-driven, so I didn't get as much of a chance to interact with the characters as I would have liked, but even the brief moments of banter endeared me to them pretty quickly.
It didn't break. You call that nice and quiet?
Each class gets its own ultimate ability, think the focus ability, along with a ranged attack.
Man,
For
I
warrior-
really gotta say, I really think this combat really just doesn't, I don't think it meets the mark. I really don't think so. I
The people who played this game, who's gonna play this game, played this game. Yeah. The people who played it, who's gonna play Dragon Age Inquisition, played this game before.
don't know. I mean, like, I really,
Just for context,
ability, along with a ranged attack.
this looks better than this. It has an audience, dude. Come on. You're not every game gonna have Elden Ring's combat.
man,
For
I
warrior-
really gotta say, I really think this combat really just doesn't, I don't think it meets the mark. I really don't think so. I don't know. I mean, like, it looks very dated. This game does look like it came out in 2016. Did you expect it to? Yeah. Yeah, I expect every game to have very good combat. I think if you have
Yeah.
a game that has action combat and the action combat is bad, then you have a bad game.
Dude never played any of those, what's it called? That modern AAA game that Sony's been releasing. You know?
It's that simple. Yeah. That's the way it works.
Like a Horizon Forbidden West.
Beating your shield
Like
like a
Jesus
giant
Christ.
metal boomerang. I've always played Dragon Age for story and not combat, but with this new system, I had so much fun. I felt present during every encounter and truly accomplished.
Like, look at this. It has more variety than this. Look at this. This is a POV mastered. This is a Hogwarts master level gameplay. Master level. Compared to this
after
looks way
every
better.
boss battle. That said, there's definitely a bit of a learning curve.
And exactly this, the people who played this Hogwarts Legacy is gonna play this.
I still
And
found
they are gonna
myself
have a good
confusing
time.
controls a few hours
Straight up.
in. It's a
I do that for probably the first 43 hours of playing a game, so she shouldn't feel bad about that.
Like
Feature
what?
from all three
Hours of
controls a few hours in. Bit of a learning curve. I still found myself confusing controls a few hours in. It's a
I do that for probably the first 43 hours of playing a game, so she shouldn't feel bad about that.
departure from all three installments, but luckily the Veilguard
I mean, he
offers
is playing
5
on a
different
freaking
difficulty
keyboard
levels
and mouse, so
that
it's
you can change
completely
at will if you
understandable.
want to ease yourself in.
I really hope that the highest... I'll probably play the game on a high difficulty level, right? Because of ego. But I really hope that video games can get into making high difficulty not be bullet sponge. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of these games, where, like...
It's either gonna be bullet sponge or they're gonna two-shot you. It's one way or another. It's just so annoying to do that at harder difficulty, dude.
They want to
It
make
just
the game
sucks.
harder.
It's not like the AI got smarter or something. It's not like they developed new mechanics or anything. This is freaking either be tanky as fuck, you don't do any damage, or they just two-shot you. What a
So the
great
way to make
difficulty
it
there.
harder is that they double the health and they double the damage.
Yeah, it's stupid.
As a Dragon Age fan, the Veilguard felt like a homecoming of sorts. Just as much as seeing familiar faces
Seems
in
like that?
Solus and
Yeah, I don't
Vere,
know.
That dragon
I was
looks nice.
overjoyed to be
Never
back
mind,
in
it
the
looks
world
like
of Vegas
PNG.
itself. Moving us north allows for that sense of discovery I
But
got
this guy
in
looks nice.
Inquisition.
That looks
And
good.
if I'd encourage anything,
This
it's
looks
to
good,
really
decent as well.
look
It's like
at
the
your
only frame that
surroundings.
looks good.
This
Not
kind of
only
reminds
are
me
there
of from Skyrim. Do you guys remember this? Like I watched over the Tap Talker. This is where you see the first dragon, I
I'd
think.
encourage anything, it's to really look
It's like
at
the
your
only frame
surroundings.
that looks good.
Not only are there small environment
That looks like it's
thing, it's to really
like this looks like it's like a 3D figurine game.
look
It's like
at
the
your
only frame
surroundings.
that looks good.
Not only are there small environmental puzzles to entangle, along with small and effective moments of visual storytelling, but the horizon
I'm sorry, but Honkai Star Rail has more congruent and coherent puzzles than that, if that's the best they've got.
is full of breathtaking scenery that drives
looks
Oh,
good.
that does
scale
look
of these
good.
locations
Yeah.
I've personally always wondered about. One
I
new
wonder how
locale,
well the
for instance, is a
optimization is.
gorgeous underwater prison called the Ossuary. I won't spoil what you're there to do, but the design alone makes it one of
Kill
the
the
most
shark.
memorable moments I've had.
Oh,
in
that
a
does
Dragon
look
Age
good.
game. Even after hours of gameplay, I still felt like I could have played for many hours more.
Not really
I'm
a
optimistic
fan of this
about the
menu.
Veilguard, and
Looks
excited
too
for
big
it
and
in
then
a way I
too
haven't quite
intrusive.
felt about another game in quite some time. If you'd like
I don't understand how people can look at that combat and be like, this is what I'm excited for. I can't understand it. I look at it and I really think the combat is extremely lackluster and mediocre.
Let's see
I
it.
also think that the narrative will be... Well, let me finish the video. It's almost
to
over.
see even more of the game, check out our exclusive IGN
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
The video is
which
ending.
features even more
How long is it gonna
gameplay
talk
and
about it?
deep dives
Damn.
on Rook's companions. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
Thanks.
I think they should really work on these. What is this?
Games.
Cringe.
Stick with IGN.
Like this interaction is cringe. Like the first time, the bad guy just pushed our main character into a table, and then she picked up a stool and then hit the guy. Like,
I think
what
that there's
is
going to be
this?
a number of things in this game. Like, I actually think the narrative and the story in this game is going to be like it is going to be a masterclass in how to write a soft modern story. And I think it's going to be garbage. I really do. And the reason why I think it's going to be garbage is because I don't think that the writers of this game and the people that are making this game view it as a fantasy game. I think they view it as basically a way for them to
Tell us a message.
like this is like a heightened reality of what currently exists. And I have like kind of 2 points of like reference here. Is that let me see if I can find it. The individual person's skin color is referred to as melanin. Now, like, they do have pronouns in the game, which is like
I don't really give a
think
fuck.
that's like that big of a deal, right? I
Yeah.
think it's annoying, right?
It's just a one option. I don't really give a fuck about this. I can be a fucking alien Xenobite for all I care.
But like, sure.
If that's my
But
pronoun.
like, you have like melanin on the character. And I think that oftentimes what ends up happening is that
I think the character overall looks ugly as shit. That's
people,
true.
what they do, there's three options. Yeah, he, him, and they. That's clearly what the options are going to be, right? Like, I mean, you could easily say that. Like, that's clearly what it's going to be. And so, U.S. culture. Well, and then you also have, you can even have, and this is what I think is really lazy about it, is I talked about this earlier, but since we were on the video, I'll show it again, is that in the Veilguard, you can actually show, you can have an indicator here where you can have top surgery scars in order to emulate what your scars would look like if you had trans surgery. I think this is one of the most lazy and devoid of any degree of creativity examples of why you should expect this story in the game to be soft, modern, flat, and garbage, and completely uncreative. So we live in a world of magic, demons, dragons.
Yeah, how does the surgery work?
However,
I don't
you still
understand
need to
that.
undergo a, surgery in order to change your gender.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
To say. It doesn't even
that
make
does sound
sense.
stupid.
So when I see something like that, and then I see the character's skin tone be referred to as melanin, I see an image of a game that is made to reinforce a real world view and be a hyper reality rather than a fantasy world. I find it to be very weird.
That is true, but in the other hand, they could have, you can argue that they could have made that to not to get flamed for this kind of stuff by the modern audience. In order to deal with them and then shut their mouth, they included all of this. It kind of plays both ways if you think about it,
And I don't think that you should expect.
Either they want to influence this or they have to influence this. It's kind of both ways. I think this is more leaning to they want to, because you could just make something that's like Baldur's Gate,
See a
right?
story that's written by a studio like.
So I gotta play this game to have a better opinion on it.
Of depth to it, have any degree of edge.
Like I never defended a game that's bad. Like if it's dog shit, I would just say dog shit.
Of
So I don't mind this at all.
I think that you can expect to see an extremely flat, extremely dull, and a very soft.
Yeah, I don't have any assumption on this, but I think it will probably play like Hogwarts, maybe, with a little bit of a more jank. But I don't even remember Hogwarts story. What story in Hogwarts, by the way? I don't even remember. I forgot. That game's story is so forgettable.
Story that takes no risks.
Yeah.
And only reinforces.
Yeah, there could be a possibility for all of this.
The artists and the writers that are making it want you to believe about the real world. That's the way I feel. It feels condescending. It is, and so that's my opinion. And I understand that people might not think this, but I want everybody to clip what I'm saying here, and let's take it to the bank whenever the game comes out, and we'll see if I'm right or not. You're criticizing Stone Asmon? Is what game devs are lost in their own bubble. You should be 1,000% for it. Yeah, for sure. They're excited because it aligns with their values. Why would any player, including trans, want that? In a game, you can magically directly choose to be the other sex and gender. Who wants to be ugly in an idealized fantasy? Yeah, I don't think that anybody... this is... Like, I can't speak for any trans people, but, like, I can speak for a lot of people that I know that have scars that, I don't think that hardly anybody, unless, you want to look like a badass or something, right? Anybody wants to have their scars.
Yeah, that's also true.
So I think that, like, yeah, like, if you could just not have that, I'm pretty sure almost everybody that's had surgery would just turn it off.
I mean, I always thought this kind of stuff is more adding to the customizability, but yeah, it's kind of unnecessary ones. That just makes no sense. True.
Yeah, true, except for Illidan.
That makes sense.
Everybody except for Illidan. But Illidan's not real, though. You've got to keep in mind. And also, the ass slider was painfully conservative. Was painfully conservative. Crazy conservative. That's the ass. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking... This is a joke.
I think that could be a race
on,
issue,
bro. Like,
maybe.
what is this? This is crazy. Come on.
You know,
That's a
if you pick a
100?
different race, maybe
No,
it's bigger, who
not.
knows?
I can go on that. Look, where do we have? Where's the ASMR section? Yeah, just like you just search. Like, this isn't an unrealistic female expectation. There's plenty of girls that look like that. Yeah, if you want, I can give you a short list of 100 of them, or 1,000 if you want. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. The chest is already at max? Yeah, I guess so. That's nuts, man. Find cosplay channels. Bro, go to your local McDonald's. You'll see massive asses. Yeah, I think so, right? And I hate that a lot of people defend it, that bigger ass is not real. I have plenty of female friends that have way too big asses. Well, I think that really, I think that it's very common, and it's like one of the, it's like a, you know how you have like toxic masculinity? I think that there's toxic femininity as well, where women like to body shame other women based off of their proportions, because their proportions are seen as, you know, like too over-endowed. I think it's very common. And like, I see this happen with a lot of girls. Is that they're like, oh, well, and it happens with skinny girls too. It's like, oh, where's her organs? Like, what do you mean, where's her organs? They're working, unlike yours that have to work overtime. Like,
Good one.
Too seductive. Yeah, exactly. How big is 100% for the bulge, though? And that's the thing, right? Like, how big can you make their dick? That's what I want to know. Yeah, women are mean as hell to each other. Yeah, they are. They're like, anything mean that you can say to a girl is nothing like the things that a girl can say to another girl. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like, I've seen some of these like leaked group chats. Oh my god, holy fuck. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Yeah, why can't I dislike the video? I mean, I don't think you should dislike the video. I feel like the video was good, right? It's not like there was anything bad about the video. But I'm just saying that I don't really think this character creator, and I think that the decisions that they made with the character creator are a mining canary for what you should be able to, and the hip width, that's 60%. There's no way it is. This is outrageous. Can you play as a left-handed person? 10% of people are playing left-handed. I don't know. That's actually a good question. Yeah, I have no idea. Game mods incoming. Well, it is a PC game, so we'll see what happens. That's insane. Utter slap in the face of women. Well, I think that a lot of times it's just, you know... Well, let me actually read some comments first. Inquisitor, the glute slider didn't add a thing. Yeah, exactly, bro. Fucking exactly. God damn. Inquisitor back. Yeah, a lot of people are pretty positive about this. Just add some texture to their foreheads. Why is it so damn smooth? It looks ridiculous. Yeah, it does. It really does look ridiculous. What the fuck is that Canary at the 5-minute mark? It looks like Quagmire with horns. Yeah, it fucking does.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, I think you should expect like this game to be a masterclass in soft modern. Yeah, there's the video.
Masterclass soft modern.
They do their best, right? Sliders are
GG.
not made for men and women, just to be clear. Well, then you're making a mistake, because there's men and women out there, and if you don't make a version of the character that looks like one of them, people will have a harder time identifying with the characters. It's that simple. I find it to be very odd that we've removed male and female, something that 99% of people identify as, in order to add body type 1 and 2 in a way that nobody identifies as.
GG.
How is it inclusive to remove language that 99% of people use? Well, I think that there's a disparity, though. I think that's a I think that there's a little bit of a problem. So, yeah, because they say so. Yeah, it's outrageous, and I think that more people should be outspoken about stuff like this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Appeasing the LGBT? No, guys, can you please, like, you don't, like, there are plenty of guys and girls that are gay that don't have anything to fucking do with this. There are tons of people that are gay that also think this stuff is stupid. This is
Mhm.
a subset of people that are often not even part of like this underrepresented group
Yeah, they don't
that
want to
are trying
even
to put
belong
themselves
there,
out there and virtue
They
signal
just hide the
like they
fact.
care about them.
Yeah.
It's just like what I said with the Assassin's Creed team for Shadows. It's a bunch of white people that are trying to add a black person in Japan because of diversity. And then they get all the details wrong because they don't have any respect for the culture. It's so annoying.
That's true.
They're woke assholes. Yeah, they're like the Karens of the internet. It's still the
GG.
LGBT agenda. No, it is a small subset. Most people that are LGBT agenda are like, don't prosecute us, let us be able to get married, and let us live our lives in an equal way. That's what
Yeah,
most
that's
normal
pretty much it.
people that are part of LGBT
Yes,
think.
true. That's true.
That is like the
Absolutely.
80 to 90% of them. Like, yeah,
All of them are.
this
Yeah,
is not
true.
like, again, I think the majority of this is done by
It's just a
people
very
that are
minority
trying
that's
to do it in
that's
the name of other
mentally
people. That
deranged
was 20
that's
years
doing
ago.
the shit.
Yeah. Just got here. It's happening. Hell no, they want more rights. I mean, I think they should have any right that a normal person should have, right? Right to get married, anything else, of course. Yeah, it's not even a question. They just want to be treated normal, and these developers stereotype them. Yeah, because they don't know any gay or trans people. So they design things, or black people, right, with Assassin's Creed. So, like, what do you do when you don't know any black people in real life? Well, whenever you have a samurai fight, you put on hip-hop music. Because you don't know, you like, what the fuck? It's crazy because, like, even, like, recently, you know, there's, like, that one song. Like, I listen to the radio a lot. Like, there's, like, this, like, one song that's, like, a country song. It's actually really good. And it's, like, a black guy that's singing a country song. And it's, like, super, super popular. And, so it's just, like, the bar song. Yeah, there you go. Is it Shabuzi? Yeah. He's great, man. I think he's great. Straight up. Yeah, Old Town Road. Yeah, I guess there's another one, too. Yeah, with Lil Nas. Yeah, but it was the new one. Yeah, I think it's a great fucking song. And I
had
don't
no
know.
idea. I
Like,
gotta
I
listen
just
to
wish that
those.
you'd I wish people were able to treat each other like people rather than you know, representations of a group.
True, I think that's true. Alrighty, I think we watched a good amount of videos. I think it's time for me to launch God of War.